Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 13th of June. Starting off with the S&P, where the stunning run continues. We're now not too far away from the September resistance line projection target. That's currently promising us 55.50, which I suppose could be hit theoretically as soon as this month, although we've been factoring in that would happen by the end of next month. In terms of support, 53.70, the gap floor area looks like a decent place, and below that, then probably the old resistance, 52.64, but that obviously is a long way down now. Moving on to the Nasdaq, and here the vibe particularly good as well. The rising trend channel there, the top of the channel there, 19,800, which if we went anywhere near the 20,000 area would be an incredible coup for the bulls, and expect support to come in basically near the initial June resistance around 19,000, so basically above 19,000, looking for the 20,000 area. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Bond Natural, and here just the first signs of a turnaround, bouncing off the floor of that falling trend channel there from back in December. The nominal area 180 and above $1.80, looking for a return towards the 50-day moving average there, just above the $3.20 level, and that was obviously the old May resistance for this stock. The longer we stay above the $2 area, the better, given that that was the old May support. KC is next, and KC's, in fact, rising trend channel. We're at the top of that channel, the peak there around $386. If we break through that, we could have a new leg up, which seems rather unlikely, but $447, the level of that upper parallel of the rising trend channel, from basically in place since April, May last year. So quite an exciting chart there, and one that ideally we stay on the right side of 350 ahead of a push towards 450. Moving on to the situation which hopefully is another turnaround candidate. Here we've got this broadening triangle base potentially after the massive top and gap down that we had previously. Current situation is we're looking for an end of day close through the 50-day moving average, around $5.80 to give us the top of that triangle there, as high as $8 by the end of next month. Ideally, we do stay on the right side of $4.60, as that was resistance on the way down. Stock which has got quite a lot of coverage here of late is Fitel, and here you can see why. We've got that rising trend channel there. We're not far off the top of that channel there, $21, looking for that by the end of this month, while we remain above the top of the gap there, $15.50. On to, obviously, one of the more high-profile stocks on the US market, GameStop, and seems that the media is always delighted to try and call the shares down, which obviously it is a bit of a roller coaster, but the level here, level of support, or likely level of support here, around $23, and while we're above that, looking for that mid-channel line there as high as $37 or $38 over coming weeks, maybe by or during the course of the rest of June. Not so volatile with the next stock, maybe Lanvin, but here we have had a decent breakout within this rising trend channel base that's been in place since the beginning of the year. Top of that channel is $3, and we're looking for that by the end of next month, especially while we remain above that old initial May peak around the $1.90 level. That's the key for that, and obviously pre-market it looks as though we're a bit below that. Another stock to watch and hopefully enjoy the ride, if there is a ride, is Linkage Global. And here you can see rising trend channel base. That's been in place since the turn of the year. Top of the channel there, heading for $5.60 or 70, and hopefully we'll get that by the end of next month or even sooner. Ideally, we see, once again, no price action back below the 50-day line. Worst case, obviously, that we have to test the floor of the channel there at $2.70 before we head higher again. The next contender is Mediaco, and here you can see another rising trend channel base. We've got the rising 50-day line as well, around $1.80, and above that, looking for the stock to get up to $5 as soon as the end of next month. And in fact, these simple-looking situations tend to be, ironically, more reliable than the more complex patterns. That's been the case in the recent past. Neovolta is next, and rising trend channel here from February. We bounced just above the rising 50-day line, so that's normally a bullish signal itself that suggests that we've got the gas in the tank there to head to $3.70, hopefully by the end of this month. We've looked at the following stock before, which is Pro Kidney, and here Looks like we've had a rebound within a rising channel, key reversal to the upside as well, which is normally a decent follow-through signal. And the view here is that the longer we stay above the 50-day moving average around $2.75, the greater the chance of a move towards the $4.50 area. Maybe that one can draw the channel there in a more parallel way to the support line there from back in January. On to the last three. And the first one here, one that will hopefully be getting mentioned much more because we sort of missed the first part of this move here. Resistance line target there from back in July last year, heading for $5. And we're looking for that while we're above the brief February peak around $3.10. So that is the lay of the land there, potentially. Finishing off, well, rather, another two to go, sorry, now. The first one is Telesis, and here you can see that we've broken a line of resistance there from back in the start of the year, the line there around the $4 mark. The longer we can stay above that, the greater the chance of a move towards $5.50 and the 50-day moving average, something we're looking for as soon as the end of this month. We've got bullish divergence there on the RSI window, so lower lows for the share price, but higher RSI floor there, and that should provide momentum to the stock. Literally finishing off now with VTV, and here you can see that we've got this rather creative rising trend channel in place since basically the end of Q4 of last year. Floor of the channel hopefully will stay there around the $16.60 level, and above that looking for the top of the range near $30 by the end of this month. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.